Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. And today's video, I want to talk about free-to-play games. Specifically, whether or not that free-to-play is going to be the more modern route in terms of gaming in the upcoming future. If you end up enjoying this video at all, please consider dropping a like, but let's get on with the topic. So, when it comes to games as of recently, in the last couple of years, we've had some really good games that are actually really good in terms of their gameplay, their graphics, just the fundamentals of the game, like everything that a good game should have. And these games, for the most part, have been either free or very cheap. Some games that were originally actually pay to play now actually have even converted to free, such as Destiny 2 and CSGO. And there's also some games that start off as free to play and then they become these big massive titans, so such as Fortnite or even Apex Legends, and also Call of Duty Warzone, which is the first for Activision. I mean hell, even if Activision is going to do the free to play route, there's pretty much nothing stopping anybody, well, except for maybe EA. Maybe EA will still be selling games for a while, but then again though, you never know. And also as well, when it comes to free-to-play games, other than some converting, other than some starting off that way and then being very successful, you also have got to look at some other things when it comes to free-to-play games as well, is that you got to look at how inviting and how just community-friendly these seem to be. Like, they almost act like mobile games in a sense, like it's just like, hey, you could pick up the base game for free, but you can either get cosmetics, or sometimes if it's a mobile game, it's usually game-changing stuff by buying microtransactions. Now, most people, including myself, agree that if the base game is free, that microtransactions are not as big of a deal because the game was free. You're essentially paying for the microtransactions as if it was the game, and you're not basically having to pay for the game twice. That's just the way I look at it. Some people might agree with me on that logic, but in general, good rule of thumb is people tend to agree on that logic. So with free-to-play games, some that come to mind is Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, CSGO, Destiny 2, Roblox. I mean, there's just so many games that are free. Now, I understand that these games vary, like some games are more better than others here, but the thing is you gotta keep in mind is that all these games, whether they're popular than the other one or not, them simply being free invites so many people in, because you can invite all the sweaties and the casuals. If the game ends up being free, you can have the casuals, kind of like how Fortnite started off that way, and then sure, over time it may end up attracting more of a competitive crowd, but the casuals are still there. They just didn't disappear, they're just still there. They're just in their own things. They either, have moved on to other games, or they're playing in skill-based matchmaking lobbies with other noobs now, or they just happen to be just, doing their own thing. My point is, though, at the end of the day, is that free-to-play games invite in everybody. There's nothing stopping somebody from playing that game. You can't be like, oh, I don't have the money, dude. It's just like, it's free. If you have the platform it's available on, it's free. There's no excuse for you to not play. That was kind of like what other games were back in the day. Like, so if a game was free or relatively cheap and you end up not having it, it made people think like, okay, well, this guy's just giving an excuse. So that's what it feels like even in this standard, is that like if you don't have the game when it's free, it just feels like you're just really just lying to yourself. Like, the game's not bad, you just don't want to download it. Anyway, now when it comes to free-play games as well, it's like, let's talk microtransaction-wise, right? Fortnite has always been cosmetic only. So far, crossing my fingers, Call of Duty so far, this whole entire year has been cosmetic only. Apex, once again, cosmetic only. CSGO, for the most part, I don't play CS to know, but I would like to believe it's once again cosmetic only. And then Destiny 2, I don't believe has any loot boxes. I just remember it was random, like when you end up getting it from all the different characters. And yes, those are, I believe, the only like stat changing ones. But that was a pay game before, and now it's a free game. So originally more it was kind of annoying, but now it makes a little bit more sense with the game being free. I guess unless you still hold a grudge about the fact that it used to be paid for when you bought it. But it's very nice to see the games converting this way, especially, like I said, people like Activision. Like with Modern Warfare this year, they've done so many good things right, such as making Warzone free and having cosmetic only loot. It's so amazing seeing the switch even just from Black Ops 4 to Modern Warfare. That's like the biggest example I can give. Now, the thing is with games, right, is that in the free-to-play route, when it comes to the microtransactions, they may or may not try to spam it down your throat. And I hope it's not ever going to get to Battlefront 2 standards. But I believe that if we go the free-to-play route for the foreseeable future, and we're careful with the microtransactions, this can be very good for gaming. Now, I know everybody else also says that, for example, hackers could ruin free-to-play games because it invites hackers in and they can just keep making new accounts on whatever, and they can just keep making unlimited ways that they can play. Well, recently Modern Warfare with Infinity Ward proved that they finally found a suitable solution, is that they made it so that way you had to do a phone number authentication, like you actually had to link your phone number to your account, so that way if that account gets caught cheating, if you have to log in with a phone number each time, it'll recognize the phone number and therefore won't let you play on that account. And most people don't have more than one phone, you know, maybe even one extra possible phone, like a house phone maybe if you're pushing it. And that's pushing it for today's standards. So most people only have one or two phones. And unless you have extra phones on hand, if you keep just getting banned left and right, it's just going to, eventually, you're going to run out of accounts. So the hacker problem has been pretty much resolved when it comes to Modern Warfare. So I'm not worried about hackers if that's the current method that we can use, because no one's going to buy an extra phone to hack. I really doubt they're going to do that. And free-to-play also being on crossplay as well would be great, because if you actually have free-to-play and crossplay, your player base expands tenfold. Like, Fortnite is free, and it's on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo Switch, and mobile, and it was just confirmed as of recently that's going to be on the next-gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So, the player base is just humongous. It's like you're never going to have this game die, because it's so expanded upon that the servers, unless they get shut down, everyone's going to be on the game, at least at some point. You're going to find some form of lobby. There's no restrictiveness at all. And I believe that free-to-play is the way to go. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of free-to-play. I honestly think it's the way to go, is because it allows people to play together. And when you have people that are enjoying the game and able to play with their friends, they're more willing to spend money on microtransactions, which is what these companies want anyways. And if people are able to get, like, Activision, like I was saying, a joking way to convert, and other than, like, EA maybe, I'm pretty sure most of them are also going to convert. Fortnite has set the standard for gaming, and that's even still true to this day, whether you like the game anymore or not. And the free-to-play route has definitely impacted, current games. And some games I hope that eventually go to free-to-play, even though I've paid for them, but for future platform sake. I would like to see Minecraft go free-to-play. I would like to see, Call of Duty multiplayer go free-to-play. I would even love to see every single multiplayer go free-to-play. I genuinely think this could work for every single game. Now, if it's a campaign, then I'm not sure, because you can't really put campaign loot boxes in a game. Like, I don't think you can exactly do that. I would like to believe you wouldn't, but then again, though, we've seen multiple things from these developers and these publishing studios, so hopefully I'm not giving them any ideas. But multiplayer games are usually the ones that need to be free to play the most, because especially if the game sucks, you're not wasting your money. Most people buy the game directly just straight to their console or their PC. Nobody really carries discs anymore. And so if the game usually ends up sucking, which can be very hit or miss lately and in this modern time, you can't get a refund. So if it's free, it doesn't feel like the biggest loss in the world. And plus also, like, for example, there's just some games that just aren't really worth money if you honestly think about it. Like, the cosmetics may be just a goof around, but a full-on game, some games are pushing. Like, for example, I wouldn't honestly seriously pay for Roblox. I don't even pay for the Robux. Like, Roblox is a game that I like because it's intentionally goofy. It's free, it's dorky, it's a spoof of everything. I mean, the graphics are terrible, but they embrace that, which I like. It's not like they're trying to make it serious. They're purposely making it a joke game. That's why I've always liked Roblox, but I would never spend serious money on that game. But because of that logic, because it was free, I still love the game. If it were a paid game and it had cosmetics that were like game-changing, for example, if it went more of like a modern Call of Duty route in the last couple of years, like just before Modern Warfare, for example, like loot boxed everything, non-cosmetic everything, it was paid. Like, can you imagine that? The game would be a failure. Roblox is a perfect example of that. Minecraft, I would love to see that go free to play because the game has been out for literally over 10 years. And I would like to even see more free trials. Like, for example, Rockstar just recently did GTA 5 for free on the Epic Games Store. And you can still claim that, by the way. There's actually a way you can claim that from your PC, even if you don't have a good enough computer to run it. And that's available till the 21st of May. I got the date wrong originally in my last video, so I apologize for that. But it's just nice to see how that, with the quarantine, people are not only willing to try new things, but it's new things for the better. And that ties in with the free-to-play. So let me know, once again, in the comment section down below, guys. What do you think about this? And I just hope you end up enjoying the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you for watching, guys. And peace out.